Well, it's over. Seahawks made it to the postseason, number one seed. We haven't done this in a long time. It's good to see you, Bob.
It's weird. Who's that?
That's the camera right there.
Those are the people?
That's all of them. See them all out there? Kind of funny looking, some of you guys. But that's probably because it's almost New Year's and you're still a little hungover after your Seahawks celebration as they make it to the postseason, of course, but most importantly, first round bye and all of that good stuff with the best record overall. Why there's nothing at all to worry about with the Seahawks, or is there?
Well, I guess it depends on who you ask. As we talked about today on the show, no team is perfect. Every team has a flaw or an area that is not as efficient or as dominant as another area. And with the Seahawks, lately it's been the offense. We talked about it. The Cardinal game was not a good game for that offense. They lose at home for the first time in 2 years. And then the first half, plus into the third quarter, this offense, we went down the drive chart. It was punt, 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 field goal, punt, 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 field goal, where they couldn't find it. And opposing defenses have something to do with it, obviously. But they need to find a way, in my estimation, if we're gonna nitpick and say what do they need to improve on, the offense needs to get off to a better start, needs to be more efficient in my mind. You're going to be playing against good defenses. Momentum is huge in a playoff game,
sure.
A one-and-done situation, so you can ill afford to fall behind a Tampa Bay situation where it's 21-0 and you're going, what the heck's going on?
Totally different feeling when you're not in the regular season.
Yeah, this is it. I mean, you don't find a way, you're out. So the offense needs to find it. It felt like they did. Marshawn, 97 yards rushing, kind of found that running game again. Golden Tate and Russell Wilson hook up at the end, so hopefully that carries over and they have found some sort of rhythm.
I'd like to see him play someone other than the NFC West, man. Get out of the toughest division in football, because Arizona beating them. The 49ers is the other game that they lost and struggled against them on the road. And then the Rams, that was probably their best game against the Rams in 2 years, all things considered. They never scored more than 20 points against them until that last game. And they may be looking at the 49ers again when the playoffs come around in 2 weeks. But, that's a part of it for sure. I think that what keeps me from being too concerned about it is, even though their productivity has gone down, you've not seen them panic, you've not seen turnovers go on the rise, you've not seen them giving up opportunities to teams. It is definitely frustrating to see field goals instead of touchdowns, but not nearly as frustrating as I think it would be to see interception after interception. And they have resisted the urge to do that, which I think is probably wise and probably reflects in their record. But, I'm kind of with you in that, boy, watching them play defense the last month, I mean, it's hard for me to be really concerned about anything. If anything, maybe the productivity on offense. But with the defense going like that, man, they are going to be very hard to beat.
Yeah, my thing has been, take advantage of the field position. We saw those 2 games back-to-back where they had, a total of 9 turnovers, I think?
Mm-hmm. Unbelievable.
And they turned into 17 total points.
Right.
I mean, it was just they weren't getting it done. They weren't taking advantage of this great field position. The defense is handing them the ball repeatedly, and it wasn't turning into anything. Now, one of those games they won, that was against the Giants, 23-0, they shut them out. But you look at all the turnovers in that game, and then 4 interceptions against the Cardinals, and here's what they're must. So you look at the offense and go, boy, they're not making teams pay for the mistakes. And ultimately, playoffs, they make a mistake, you want to see them make them pay.
Just win 60-0 so Bob can calm down a little bit.